All right. Okay, so now we've been talking about certification of the Kobe and the Porphy and the Refua. I have some very fantastic people in the studio. They are into business of certification as well. I don't know whether their jurisdiction gets into Kobe and Porphy and the Refua, but Robert Jato is CEO of Chartered Institute of Bankers Ghana, CIB Ghana. You're welcome, sir. Good to see you.
Thank you.
And then, of course, there's a fellow of CIB Ghana, our very own Doris Ahiati. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have you had some refua in recent times or something?
I think it's given me a good idea for the weekend with some yam.
Oh, okay. Refua. That's not bad at all. But you're most welcome to the studio, right?
Thank you.
Let's get familiar with the Chartered Institute of Bankers Ghana and what the Bankers Week is about. There's a Bankers Week coming up.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And thank you very much for this invitation. So at Chartered Institute of Bankers Ghana, our mandate is to promote banking education, but also regulate the practice of the banking profession. People ask, what does that actually mean? It means developing trusted professionals for the financial service sector. It means putting ethics, professionalism, sustainability high on the agenda of banks and bankers. But it also means being the thought and talent leadership engine for our economy and, of course, for the banking sector. So that's what we do. We run series of programs, certification program, the Chartered Banker, which is the main ACIB flagship program. But we also have Chartered Banker for Executive Leadership program, which is people in key management positions across the banking and financial sector. We have programs in ESG, which is environmental, social, and governance certification, ethics certification, and many more.
Wow. And this, by all means, at the professional level.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
Exciting. So, and the theme for the Bankers Week, you've chosen building future-ready banks, ethical leadership, sustainable finance, and currency stability. I guess this is very opportune because the role of the banks have come in sharp focus following some of the activities the Auditor General has been reporting on, and people have wondered where were the banks or what were they doing, how were people able to get some cash through the system, and there were no red flags. So ethics and future-ready banks, very, very important, isn't it?
Yes, and I think you are spot on. We are responding to our context with all the developments that we currently have locally, and also being conscious of trends on the global stage. When you talk about sustainable financing, I mean, it's the time when we need to take ownership and be responsible in the choices and the decisions that we make while trying to make profit or pursue whatever purposes that we have. And so that's very high on our agenda, and the reason why we've picked this, look at the state of our environment, galamsey issues, contaminated water, livelihood of the next generation, also denying people their basic rights. So we're hoping to address the social side, even as we look at being good to the planet Earth. We are seeking to be good as well to the people that we interact with while still making profit. So that would be the sustainable financing side. We can come together, look at how we can create products that address needs in that area. And then we also have ethical leadership, which ties in very strongly with the sustainable financing aspect.
I like the focus because our friends who are in the sustainability aspect say when they come to the banks, you don't smell at them at all. So maybe you're going to have those conversations and things will get a lot better. I like it.
Aren't we smiling at you now?
Yes, you are smiling at me. Now, the 29th annual Banking and Ethics Conference comes up on November 11th, right? And it's one of your flagship events. Tell us more about the key conversations that we should expect from this year's conference and how it will contribute to shaping the ethical, professional standards of Ghana's banking industry.
Excellent. So the theme, as you rightly mentioned, we have building future-ready professionals and banks with focus on ethics, ethical leadership, sustainable finance, and currency stability. So at the conference, and this is the 29th, at the conference we'll have deep conversations that will shape policy, deep conversation that will help practitioners know what is the next thing that's happening, particularly in the areas that we've mentioned. How do we ensure the sustainability of the business models, the revenue models, and operating models of banks at a time when there's significant disruption, whether from fintechs and all the others, and where's the meeting point and intersections. We'll have two panel discussions. There'll be the regulatory panel where we talk about currency stability. You know, we just celebrated CDR 60.
Absolutely.
So the Charter Institute of Bankers Ghana is taking that conversation to the next level to say, how do we continue to maintain the resilience of that sovereign identity that we have? Then there's a conversation on the sustainable finance and ethical leadership. We'll also be launching two very important programs, Ethics 2.0, and then would also have the non-interest banking and finance certification program. So
it's certainly a very power-packed week for you, because along the way too, I understand you'll be having an induction and graduation ceremony. Tell me a bit about that.
Yes, let me quickly add to the conference.
Please.
It's something that for the past 12, 13 years or so, I've never missed.
Wow.
I try to clear my calendar, move things so that, because it's great learning, and I think CEO may have added that you earn a CPD unit for that. Yes, so it's great learning time.
Nice.
And all about developing the professional and also regulating the practice of the professional. We have some professionals that have successfully gone through the core product chartered banker program, and so they would be transitioning. They are not leaving our hands. They are transitioning from where they were focused on being trained to where we are now going to pay attention that they maintain a certain standard of professionalism and ethical conduct in how they serve the industry. And we are inviting their family and friends and all the people that have supported them in their journey to join us come December 13th, right?
December 13th. Wow, so that's a big one then. And I understand you also on December 20th, an important date, you're having the Governor's Day at Mevimpic Ambassador Hotel. Ish, Charlie, what's that one about?
Big things.
The Governor's Day.
Yes. What I love about the Governor's Day is that it's a time when we have the Governor of the Central Bank share reflections of the year that's just ending. And my favorite part is the outlook. They sort of give signals and indications of what to look out for. And I'll pass it to Robert to add more to that.
Sure. And so the Governor's Day is also an important day for bringing together our key stakeholders, all the managing directors, the leadership of the central bank, and of course our members and fellows, and think about banking sector in this country as resting on three legs. There's the regulator, Bank of Ghana, there's the operator, which is the banks, then the educator, which is Charter Institute of Bankers Ghana. So we're bringing the three legs together. There will be some awards. We'll have new fellows of the institute, and for those banks that took our Ethics 1.0 seriously, we will give them some recognition as well. So time to network, time to engage and bring the community together even closer. So I'm very, very much looking forward to it, and I call on all bankers to
I look forward to it as well. Now, the CIB Ghana hosted a successful webinar on non-interest banking. You mentioned that a bit earlier, and finance that drew over 400 participants. How did that conversation fit into the broader agenda for this year's, Bankers Week, particularly around ethical and sustainable finance?
Sure. So non-interest banking is a new area that's, maybe not new globally, but new in Ghana. And the central bank is in the process of actually giving some licenses. At Charter Institute of Bankers Ghana, we thought it would be important to bring some awareness, build capacity. So we organized a webinar, and that was well attended. Now, think about non-interest banking as a model of banking where instead of a bank giving you a loan and charging you interest, interest could be fairly high. This takes a slightly different model, which is partnership. The bank takes a keen interest in what the business is doing and a stake in a way that there is profit sharing. There's a lot more in terms of the certification. Another way to think about it is actually ethical banking, which for us should drive some more financial inclusion, support the real economy, MSMEs, and so.
I particularly love that part. and but we don't have so much time. But is there any contact you can float out there for anyone in the MSME who is interested in the non-interest banking part? If there's anything anyone wants to get more details.
Sure. So you can check our website.
Okay.
Chartered Institute of Bankers Ghana. If you Google that, you
There
will
are more
get more
details there.
information.
Fantastic.
But we'll also be launching the certification program in non-interest banking at the conference, and those who really want extra information from a capacity building
Is this limited to
perspective.
bankers already, or anyone who is in a different?
No, it's actually extended, open
Anyone
to
else
others
can do.
who,
I
yeah,
like
absolutely.
it.
Yes.
Right. So the celebration this year was stretched from October through to December, as we can clearly see, right?
Yeah.
It's quite an extensive calendar. What's the message you have for your members and the wider public about the importance of sustained engagement throughout these events? That's my final question.
Yes, let me throw an invitation on the behalf of our sitting president, Mr.
Yes.
Menume, and also our recent past presidents, Bishop Patricia Sapo and Mr. Clifford Metal,
Right.
that you don't want to miss out. I made reference to the learning, sharpening your skills, the networking that you'd be able to initiate with all the stakeholders that come together, particularly during the ethics conference and also during the governors' dinner. So you want to be there, collaborate, initiate conversations, spark ideas that will lead to creating solutions and products that are future fit.
Wonderful. Doris Ahiati, Fellow of CIB Ghana. I give you the final word, obviously. CEO, Chartered Institute of Bankers, Robert Jato.
Sure. Thank you very much. So to all our members and stakeholders, we would like you to participate in the series of programs that we have. You know, we run this financial literacy program. So we're taking financial literacy to a number of secondary schools across the country, teaching them financial literacy, ethical literacy, digital literacy.
Nice.
We did English a month from yesterday. We did Accra Academy the day before.
Please go to O'Reilly too.
We'll go there. We'll go
Very
there.
important.
Last year we did Volta region and Eastern region. The year before we did Ashanti. This year we are doing Greater
When you
Accra.
finish everything, come to the food fair, the agri fair. Yes, at first at the Land Children's Park. Come and buy the Erefua and the poor fair and the Kobe.
Certified Kobe, you mean?
What do I say? Robert Jato, thank you so much for passing through together with Doris Ahiati. Really appreciate you. Wish you all the best with your upcoming events. God bless.
Thank you.
Cheers.
I'm in trouble.